That's The Strokes with Reptilia. This is Adam and Joe on XFM.
Hello, hi. We've got an extraordinary box of goodies to give away this afternoon, and I might just describe to the listeners some of the goodies in there by moving my microphone to floor level.
Wow, this is
amazing.
Amazing action radio.
There's some FC UK deodorant, Adam.
Apparently the phrase FC UK, that whole advertising campaign, has resulted in a massive loss of revenue for French production.
Because it's horrible.
Exactly.
The Great Rock discography, a Crash Bandicoot bag, well, there's just so much stuff in here. I'm trying to find something that's actually good.
Genesis, Greatest Hits, and DVD.
Eat My Goal on DVD, Grumpy Old Men on DVD, Will and Grace box set DVD, Double Take DVD,
Politics,
Dirty
Ricky
Dancing
Gervais.
2 DVD,
Star Trek in the original series, Star Trek, original series in a big
Chick
box,
flicks.
plastic box.
600 chick flicks reviewed in a book. The Funniest Things You Never Said, the ultimate collection of humorous quotations.
Quantum
There's
Leap,
booze in here.
the complete
Jameson
first
whiskey.
season.
There's a Politics. Oh, there's a Ricky Gervais t-shirt. There's an XFM woolly hat.
Matrix box set.
There's a copy of Crash Twin Sanity on the PS2.
Goonies DVD.
There's the Counting Crows Shrek tie-in single.
Only Fools and Horses.
The Office Christmas specials. This is amazing. This is basically a whole kind of middle-of-the-road DVD collection in a box. Michael Ball live in London.
Have you talked about Michael Palin Himalaya DVD 3-disc
I
set?
haven't even talked about that yet. See, here's something good. Spellbound, the documentary about little kiddies doing a spelling test. That's brilliant. Al Murray, the pub landlord. Fancy football. Only Fools and Horses. A T-shirt. This is incredible. How are we going to give this away?
Well, we could just hand it out to tramps after the show.
I think it should go to someone who really deserves it.
Tramps deserve it.
Well, tramps probably can't get access to telephones.
Everyone does.
Do you think even tramps have mobiles these days?
Yeah, they've just got bad ones.
Pay as you booze.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you can call in and prove that you're a tramp, we might give it to you.
Yeah, that includes you, Shane McGowan. If you phone in, you'll win it all immediately.
A 28 Days Later T-shirt.
What's your idea, Joe, for the competition?
Well, my idea was that I've been reading Viz magazine. You know, we both read Viz magazine since we were at school.
Yes, very funny.
And we used to find it hilarious. But I think their comic strips have gone a little bit downhill.
I haven't read it for a long time.
Well, the letters page is still very good, and the text stuff is pretty good, but the comic strips are almost unreadable. And Viz is the kind of thing that, I don't know about you, but I often find myself having ideas for a Viz comic strip.
Going.
Just try and ignore it.
It's going. Doing the R2D2 noise on the thing. Who is it?
There's Walliams.
Dave Walliams.
I find myself thinking of ideas for Viz comic strips.
Just ignores the call from the celebrity.
I had a couple this week, for instance. In fact, my friend had one. It's a comic strip like the Power Rangers, and it's done just like the Power Rangers, but it's called the Flower Rangers.
Nice, that's good, yeah.
The Flower Rangers.
Do they still do that thing like, Clarence Cox's puts matches back in boxes?
Lots of double entendres and stuff like that. They've basically still got the same lineup of characters that they originally had. I had another one. Instead of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, the League of Extraordinarily Gentlemen.
That's nice.
They're a Victorian band of sort of, well, it's like the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, but they just solve crimes by being amazingly soft.
Wow, they even solve crimes. I thought maybe they just sat around stroking cats.
No, that's the thing. They take on amazing monsters, and they
a film.
It's just generally a good idea.
It's got to be better than the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen in the film.
Couldn't be worse. So that's maybe a competition. You know, people could text in and email in with their ideas for Viz comic strips. We just need the title, because that's what Viz comics are all about, aren't they? The title.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very good idea,
and we could send them to Viz and maybe rescue the comic. Not that it's in trouble, but might be. They don't, get some really funny strips in there.
And listen to our ideas.
Yeah.
Okay, music now. Joe, this is a free play, and it's one of yours.
Yeah, this is Led Zeppelin with Over the Hills and Far Away.
Adam and Joe on XFM. That's the Killers.
What a Christmassy sound.
Yeah.
The sound of Christmas.
And this is Adam and Joe on XFM. And it's the last Saturday before Christmas.
Yeah.
As if you didn't know. And West End is crazy out there, man.
Well, there's a march going on. Fathers for Justice have all dressed as Santa. And they're marching through the West End.
Dressed as Santa. They always make an impression, those guys.
I should apologise for my phone going off. That's very unprofessional, isn't it?
No, it's exciting.
But I'm having a bit of a party tomorrow, and no one can remember where it is or when it is. The easiest thing to do would just be to say it on the radio.
But then you'd get a lot of other folks
exactly.
that maybe you didn't want.
Maybe I could just ask anybody who doesn't know me to turn off. It's probably not that many.
Probably not.
Yeah.
That's up to you, man. If you wanna give it out.
Don't think I want to risk it.
No, fair enough then. Have you seen the Martini ad with George Clooney and Lisa Snowdon?
Yeah, when he sort of turns up as the ultimate gift.
Yeah.
In fact, he gets snubbed, doesn't he, in favour of Martini?
In favour of a bottle of booze, yeah.
And then he turns and looks to the camera. He looks at the camera in a very gorgeous, smouldering way.
Goes, well, how do you like them apples?
I've got something to say about
Who
Clooney.
who expected that to happen? What have you got to say about Clooney?
Well, I think you should make your point first.
Well, my point is that it's just a bit creepy, the whole exercise, I thought. That's all. Just seems a bit dishonest. Because, so for people who haven't seen it, the premise is this. The ad asks the viewer, first of all, what would you wish for? That's the premise of the ad. And then it proceeds to show us a girl at a party answering a door to George Clooney, because that's what many women would ask for, the Clooney.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. She only wants a bit of martini from George. She doesn't want... She's presented with George Clooney at her party in black tie, looking roguish and ready for a rumpy, but she just wants a bottle of his martini.
She'd rather get sozzled than get clozzled.
Exactly. Now, the amusing fantasy premise of this ad, I think, is undercut, obviously, by the fact that the girl is Lisa Snowdon, and she is, in fact, going out with George Clooney. So I think that would make you think, surely, that Clooney's probably doing this as a favour to Snowdon, don't you reckon? Like, because his career is bigger than hers, also getting paid a huge amount of money, I would assume. So it's an all-win situation. Does the girlfriend a favour, makes a bit of cash, everyone's laughing. And then, second reason I think this is a bit weird, is that, the fantasy seems to be that Lisa Snowdon is just one of the girls. You know what I mean? She's just like you. All she dreams
real
about...
and he's not.
Yeah, she dreams about meeting Clooney just like you. But she knows him, she goes out with him. Do you know what I mean? And in fact, she's going home with the Cloon after the ad's finished, and we, the pathetic audience, is thereby left to drown out the boredom of our miserable existences with martini. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it says to me. Maybe I'm taking it a bit too seriously. It's possible.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about it that much.
But it bothered me on
Usually
those
what
levels.
goes through my head is, George Clooney.
Obviously that's what went through my head first, but then I started to deconstruct it.
Well, that's what makes you superior to me, Adam.
Yeah. What did you think? What
I've
have you
been
got to say
excited
Clooney?
about Ocean's 12, which is the sequel to Ocean's 11.
That's your right.
I was excited about it until I started reading about it.
Right.
And basically, Ocean's 11 was directed by Steven Soderbergh, and he's best mates with all the cast, people like Julia Roberts and Andy Garcia and George Clooney and Matt Damon, etc., etc. Richard Black. No, you're thinking of the guy with the worst English accent in the world.
Oh yeah, Don Cheadle.
Yeah. So they're all back for this new version of Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12.
Nuclear explosion.
And they filmed it basically at each other's houses around Europe. So they went to Lake Como and they stayed at George Clooney's house, and they just filmed at George Clooney's house. Steven Soderbergh operated the camera. Apparently they had a very small crew, and it's kind of appears to be the most hideously self-indulgent, awful film ever made.
He made another film in a similar way on DV, didn't he?
Yeah, the one set around LA. I can't remember
with
what
Julia
it was called.
Roberts and...
So get this. So apparently in Ocean's 12, the sequel to Ocean's 11, I was reading an interview with them, and they were talking about how Julia makes the most amazing, brave, brilliant performance choice towards the end of the movie. And there's something in the script that will just freak people out. They'll either love it or they'll hate it. It's amazingly brave. It's a brilliant, like punching through the screen. It's extraordinary. So I was thinking, what is this? What is this twist that happens in Ocean's 12 that's going to blow our minds? And I discovered what it is. Do you want to hear? This might be a bit of a spoiler. So maybe if you don't want to have a little element of Ocean's 12 spoiled, you should stop listening at this point.
You're Dr. Spoiler, man.
I'm Dr. Spoiler.
Okay, so
certain spoilers can be very exciting.
Let's make this clear. Please turn off now for a moment if you don't want to hear the spoiler.
It's not a plot twist, it's just a tiny thing that happens in it.
Can you give it away in 10 seconds?
Yeah.
Okay, for the next 10 seconds, if you don't want to have Ocean 12 spoiled for you, then put your fingers in your ears.
I don't think it will spoil it for you. Go. Julia Roberts, as part of a heist at the climax, pretends to be... who?
Richard Blackwood.
No, Julia Roberts.
Oh my god, my brain's melting.
And then she gets into the bank by going, "Hi, I'm Julia Roberts." Of course, within the narrative of the film, she's not Julia Roberts, but she is Julia Roberts. It's so exciting. And apparently Bruce Willis walks into the scene.
And he's Richard Blackwood.
No, he's playing Bruce Willis. I don't think Blackwood got a look in.
Really?
I know, it's surprising, isn't it?
Well, that would have been postmodern.
Doesn't that sound awful?
That's, yeah, I mean, postmodern is not a sufficiently large phrase to deal with that.
It sounds dreadful, you know what? I cannot wait.
Can't wait either. Mummification coming up after this. This is Adam and Joe on XFM. Oh, it always finishes so unexpectedly quickly, that one. That's Killer Man Gyro by Baby Shambles.
Number 8 in the charts.
In the UK charts?
Yep, and of course, Pete Doherty number 1 on the NME Cool list for 2004. Latent drug abuser to the position of a cultural hero for the kiddies.
No, of course it's not. It's ludicrous.
It seems to be an easy way to get very famous. Johnny Vegas, Shane McGowan. If you're nakedly obvious about your drug abuse, in fact, if you sort of champion it, people seem to take you to their hearts.
Johnny Vegas isn't an alkie.
Isn't he?
Well,
but he always carries a thing of beer, doesn't he, around?
Yeah.
So it's like, because everybody loves a bit of a tipple.
Well, he doesn't behave in an alcoholic way in his personal life.
Not anymore, but you've got to admit he used to. He turned up at, that was the thing about Johnny Vegas, he turned up at award ceremonies, very, very drunk, and just
that was his routine though, man. That was his shtick. That was his stand-up shtick.
Maybe you think it was all a very, very sober, brilliantly planned performance.
Yeah, he wears a big prosthetic.
But that's beside the point, really. My point is, should drug-abusing lunatics be elevated to the position of icons for the kiddies?
Well, you're talking
yes.
You're talking to the wrong audience, because I would imagine most people listening to this would say yes. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I was saying yes as well. Yes. Well done.
Well, I say a firm no. That's a weedy stab. Always forget to make it a bit louder, that one.
Yeah, you're rubbish at stabbing.
I know. So it's time for our competition, Mummification. And this week, what can they win, Joe, if they win this?
Well, they win. This is really a lady prize.
Yeah.
So if you're a lady, a beautiful lady, listen very closely, because you will love. If you're guaranteed to. If you're a woman, you're guaranteed to love these prizes. It's a book called Chick Flicks. Over 600 chick flicks reviewed. All chicks love chick flicks, and also Will and Grace.
That's a big box set of Will and Grace.
Contains all 22 episodes of Will and Grace.
So that's quite a good
Series
prize.
1.
All you have to do is tell us who my mum is talking about. 0871 222 1049 is the number to call. 0871 222 1049 if you know who my mum is talking about here.
He's got a kind of sideways sly smile and nice sort of floppy hair, which is the sort of hair I like. I really don't like very, very short hair at all. I like the thought of being able to run one's fingers through somebody's hair. A few years back, a close friend of mine said, and guess who came to lunch the other day? Who? And it was this person, and I thought, I cannot believe it. What did I miss? Why wasn't I there? I would have given anything to have been there. So I thought, oh, how wonderful. What was he like? Oh, he was a terrible, boring old stick.
I'm a mummy.
A boring old stick.
There you go. So
Run her hands through his hair.
which boring old stick was my mother describing there? 0871 222 1049. We'll find a winner after this.
Well, that was Interpol with Evil, another great Christmas record from your Christmas radio station XFM, sounding a bit like
I'm a mummy.
Lou Reed. Didn't you think he sounded a bit like Lou Reed?
He does a little bit, yeah.
That's what you get when you have one person driving the desk and two DJs.
What? What do you get?
People talking in stings like that.
Interruptions.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, that's
interruptions.
what I blame the rhythm of your conversation.
Yeah, it's slightly halting
You
on
need
Saturday morning.
You need more full stops, less full stops. Anyway, we have someone on the line now who thinks they know who my mum was talking about, and who do we have?
Is it Shilpa?
That's right, yeah.
Hello, Shilpa. How are you?
I'm alright, how are you?
Very, very well. Thank you very much. Oh, that was good, wasn't it?
That's excellent.
Thanks, man.
What are you doing today, Shilpa?
Just the usual gym, work, going out getting drunk in the evening.
Gym, work, getting drunk. What kind of Saturday is that?
A normal one!
You're a classic chick, and you will love, well, if you win, you'll love these prizes. Do you like chick flicks?
The Will and Grace thing is especially good, I think.
Yeah, there you go. She sounds like an advertiser's dream. Perfect chick. Gym in the morning, work, go out, get drunk.
Have you
With a box set of Will and Grace.
You know, Shilpa, if you dropped
Shilpa.
Yep.
Well, how do you pronounce your name?
No, you're doing it right, Shilpa.
Shilpa.
Yeah.
Just leave it, Joe.
Sorry, I was just correcting you. You called her Chilpa.
I don't correct you when you just randomly mispronounce names. Okay, Chilpa,